folks? Welcome to the channel, Rockin' the Country. I'm Don. The R stands for Rutgers, my alma mater, but sometimes it stands for Rockin' the Country, sometimes Renee Mooberry. But I've got a gift request from David Bauer. David, shout out to you, my friend. Thank you for this gift and this request. It's a new artist to the channel, Jason Cassidy. I don't know Jason. The only other Cassidy on the channel that I've done is Eva Cassidy. And I've done 3 or 4 of hers, and it was ridiculous, just so incredible. And then the other Cassidy that's connected is Cassidy Ray. And I've got another Cassidy Ray coming up in a couple weeks. Cassidy Ray Wilson. But this is Bourbon, Tears, and Pain. I don't know it. And David originally wanted me to do actress Haley Arancia's Give Me Back Sunday. And I listen anytime I don't know an artist, I listen to a couple of seconds of the song just to make sure it fits the non-pop theme. And it was a little too poppy for the channel, which David acknowledged. He knew that. But he wanted me to see, I guess Haley's a pretty well-known actress in some regards. I don't know of her. Maybe she's in daytime, soaps or something, but evidently is able to cross over into music, which most actors want to be rock stars and most rock stars want to be actors, or they think they can be, but they realize there's far more talent required to be an actor or actress or a musician or vocalist and performer than may meet the imagination. But Bourbon, Tears, and Pain. I don't know. Whenever I see bourbon in a song title like this, I think of 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, and 1 beer. And maybe that was the partial inspiration for this, but just to give it a twist and a whole different melody. But Bourbon, Tears, and Pain, man, that's... Well, that's different. The drums are very different.
Looked at me with fire in her eyes.
Nice start.
It's plain to see something she don't try to hide. She crossed the floor, never even looking back.
These drums have a Death March feel to them. I don't know if that's purposeful. I'm assuming it was, but I mean, I'm on the receiving end of a song, so I'm interpreting it my own way, and maybe that wasn't intended at all, but this has like a beyond somber, a fatalistic drum to it.
She slammed the door.
Oh, there it is.
And now it's hard to face that fact as I sit here all alone, this bottle in my hand,
painful,
remembering a time that I was a happy man. But the bourbon, tears, and pain, they flow just like the rain. When you come to my mind and I stop this thinking thing.
It's a really good tempo for this song.
Let you go, but the only way I know to keep from going insane is the bourbon, tears, and pain.
That's rough, man.
It's closing time,
Always going out.
and they push me out the door.
Only again.
And when I get home, well, I'll fall out on the floor. That's when I get numb. and finally fall asleep. And then here she comes, and she's always in my dreams. But whenever I wake up and I do it all again, I pour another cup, because the bottle's my best friend.
I thought I was going to say, pour another cup of bourbon, tears, and pain. But he pours another cup of just bourbon. Yeah, it's a rough place to be. I don't want to lose this thought, but I'm really liking the steel in this thing. It's not prominent. It's not featured the way the drums are, or Jason's voice, or the vocals, but it's in there, and it is coming in and out at really nice times.
But the bourbon, tears, and pain, they flow just like the rain. When you come to my mind, and I stop this thinking thing, I don't wanna let you go, but the only way I know to keep from going insane is the bourbon, tears, and pain. I'm going insane from the bourbon, tears, and pain.
Now it's from the bourbon, tears, and pain, not because of, we faded out on fiddle and steel. At least that's what I could tell. Yeah, it's such a pleasant surprise to hear a song that's so well done from an artist I'd never heard before and knew nothing about. And I don't know how many. I don't do research. It's a reaction channel. I actually don't want to know much about artists or song. I want to know virtually nothing about the content of songs because I like to experience it for the first time, react, and then you guys can sort of voyeuristically see if my ideas matched yours or if I have new ideas or a new take on a song, new perspective from which the songwriter, lyricist, put the words on paper and why. And it's just so refreshing here. And I'm always trying to think, is this a real story that the vocalist wrote, that, somebody in the band wrote, but typically the singer, and Jason Cassidy, obviously. And I'm going to guess he lived it at some point in some way. I don't know if it's the exact way it was depicted in here, because when you're writing a song, you may alter a detail here or there just to make the song flow differently or better or more dramatically. But a breakup's a breakup. And they're just, what do you say about them? I don't know how lions deal with breakups out there in the jungle. I don't know how animals process it. I don't know if there's a sadness involved, if it's different. Like Miranda's Tin Man. I don't want a heart. I'll trade you for an empty heart so I don't feel this pain. Do animals feel it? On some level, they do. They don't have the same linguistic capacities we do, or at least they just vibe on a different level. And maybe they are way smarter than us and they've got us all tricked. Who knows? But I don't know that part of it. I do know what I know what I experience, and I can relate to what Jason was talking about in this song, because on some level we've all experienced a breakup, and some breakups are of our own doing, and we know it's hurting the other person because we just know. But on the other hand, it still hurts us to do that. There is a should I have done it question mark in there. But when you're the one who gets dumped, you don't know exactly what it means, but you hurt. people do turn to the bottle or weed or other drugs, whatever they may go to. That's not my thing. I think when you get to far enough along in life, you've dealt with enough pain in different sources, not just from a relationship breakup or a divorce or something, but things that didn't work out that you may put your heart and soul into, whether it's an entrepreneurial endeavor, a business. Maybe you moved to an area that you thought would be nice, but it wasn't, or the people weren't so nice, or you took a job and the people were Richards, they weren't that nice. Whatever. We deal with enough pain in life's path. We also accumulate joys and hopes and those things, and they're good to hold on to as well. But when you get a bit older, you can be not callous to it, but you learn how to deal with it. Like with the George Jones song that I just reacted to, he didn't know how to handle fame. He talked about it, the fame and travel and all that stuff. And similarly, first time experiences, you don't know how to handle them. First time you get broken up with or there's a breakup, you're like, God, what does this mean? And then if you have more breakups, you don't get better at them, but in one sense, you get more familiar with how to process the pain and what it's like. And it doesn't have to linger as long, depends on the depth of love and the nature of the relationship. But here, some folks turn to the bottle, and that only prolongs it. You know, the only way to get through grief is to grieve. You've got to let yourself feel it. It's as protective as we are, as pain avoidance oriented as we are, you just got to go through it. It's no different than weightlifting or yoga or boot camp. You got to go through it. There's no way around it. You go through it hardcore, just do it. And if you're in pain from a breakup, you just got to feel it. You do. And because they'll stop. You know, the human psyche and the heart is made for overcoming those things. But that was really, really a refreshing song. I got to tell you, very different. Started out differently. I commented and it stayed. I was right. I mean, I like nailing certain aspects of it right out of the chute. I don't always. Sometimes I'm wrong in my guess. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't see that piano being the start to the song. Now we're going to be sad. But that drums do a lot to a song. Bass does too. A lot of things that are normally, you know, you think of the lead guitar and the vocals, you know, most people will. But I mean, the drums say a lot. And as does the bass, as does fiddle, as does steel. So I'll rate this song, and the number that popped into my head was an 8.9. Montauk Edge F. Cather special, but that's the number that popped into my head, David. I like that song a lot, as you could tell, and it was on the content. I like his voice. I wonder what else Jason has and where he is in his career. So, all right, guys, I hope you like that. Leave your comments. I read them. And you can thank David Bauer for that one. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.